This marks a further positive step in safeguarding Jamaica's future, rooted in the foundation of education and its history. So once again, I just want to thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Giles. Thanks to your team for the wonderful reception that I always get when I visit your esteemed university. The University of Technology is one of our national gems that we have to protect and preserve. And I read with concern an article in the papers recently that outlines the difficulties that university students were having. Of course, the difficulties revolved around their lack of ability to finance their education. The COVID times obviously would have made it difficult for everyone, but particularly so for students. The other challenge was the technological challenge. So there were students who, the article reported, were not able to connect to online classes. They did not have devices, and they did not have reliable internet, particularly those who live in rural communities. And this, in my mind, would be a perfect example of what is considered a digital divide. That there are persons in our society who are poor, but their poverty is not just as it relates to income and personal savings. Their poverty is also lack of connectivity. So another dimension of poverty is connectivity. How well connected are you to the information networks, to the information highway? And how are you able to virtually participate in the new economies that are emerging and the new modalities that are emerging to conduct transactions? So the government recognizes that there is a problem. But today I'm not here on behalf of the government, and in another occasion I will detail, as I have been doing, the government's plan to address these issues. But the Jamaica Labour Party, in marking its founding last year, its 75th founding, which we offered the scholarships on our 76th year, we decided to establish our Jamaica Labour Party Education Fund and our Scholarship Committee, where each year we offer scholarships, national scholarships, competitive and open scholarships to Jamaicans in fields that we consider of great import to the society. Last year we did scholarships in engineering, mathematics and computer sciences, and we focused mainly on the sciences last year. This year we offered scholarships in public health, in journalism, in education, and the mainstay economics. I believe the economics scholar is from Utech, and I believe one other is also from Utech. And those are national scholarships, as I've said. We don't ask for political affiliation, or in fact we don't know. It's not important to what we are trying to achieve. What we are trying to achieve in offering these scholarships is to play our part in the development of our human resources, because a foundational principle of the Jamaica Labour Party is our belief in the transformational power of education. So it's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to do something about it. And so we have put in place a national program to ensure that we make manifest our principles. And we are doing so through the offer of these national scholarships, but also because the scholarships are competitive, and there is always a great correlation between income and access and performance. So you sometimes end up giving scholarships to persons who may not necessarily have a need. So what we try to do is to balance that scale as well and offer to the universities. So instead of the Jamaica Labour Party going to select who is in need, it would be better that that be done by the universities who could have judged that without any form of political consideration. So we offer to the University of the West Indies and University of Technology. Next year we're hoping to have a wider pool so we can do the other universities and support their students. We don't have that pool available this year. But certainly COVID times would have had an impact on what we are able to do. But hopefully next year we'll be able to offer to more universities. But I'm very pleased that I can, for the second year running, offer the support to students who are in need. The terms that applied last year will apply this year, the same range of the support between 100 and 150,000 to students who are definitely in need. And if we find it possible to support students' devices who are not able to connect because they lack devices, then we certainly will support you in that capacity if you decided to use the funds in that capacity. So again, thanks for accommodating me. I'm also giving from my foundation, which is quite separate from the Jamaica Labour Party's scholarship fund, education fund. My foundation is a Positive Jamaica Foundation, and we quietly support many initiatives that we consider are, as the foundation's name suggests, positive. People who are doing things to help the country, people who are volunteering, and initiatives that we feel are innovative and that will add value to the country. We don't always make known what we're doing for obvious reasons. But I think that supporting our universities is certainly a move that will show the positive nature of what we're doing.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Mr. And
The leaves now for me to
receive the token, and
yes.
afterwards I'll ask Mr. Colin Hutchinson
Yes.
just to say a word of thanks on behalf of the students.
Sure. Oh. Don't take this one to the bank. Very good.
Sorry you can't see the smile, but it's
So
there.
I have to sign this one first,
Okay.
so that everybody thinks it's a real check. Yes, you put a picture of me signing it.
Yes.
Hand sanitizers are a feature. Very good. All right.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Pleasure. And of course, these are the real ones. And those very good.
Thank you so much. And
Very
our
good.
chief,
Well, see.
right, and our chief president and finance officer is here to witness and to receive it immediately.
Yes.
And Mr. I'd like to just give you a little token. Hand sanitizer produced by our Utech pharmacy technology students.
Very good.
So it's a part of what we do.
Right, so this is pure Roma again. Very good.
Can we have one more group photo with the president of the meeting?
Right. And Mr. Hutchinson, do you want to just say a few words of thanks?
Sure. This is Dean.
We have to balance it in one of the shorter people inside. And be nice.
All right, this way, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, from I really want on reference to it. Thank you for loving it. So, as you stated earlier, many students are sometimes identified. So, on this feedback, we can get some thoughts on our process because the associated students and research master person, they are on SLB, and they kind of who we have done some and as well. We have a function seriously, and we have purpose, and purpose of 100, and it is 100 different types of students. But what these students are interested in is that the location of their group, even with the labor plans, is taking an active started. So I think that's a great idea here.
Yes. And as I said in my earlier presentation, we're very much aware of that, which is why we're stepping in to do our part. I'm sure other corporate entities are assisting, and they may not be able to run fiber optic cables or put up satellites in all the communities because, let's face it, there's an economic cost to that, and it may not be viable to do. Nevertheless, students can use their initiative. They can go to places where they are, where they do have connections, and telecommute from there. They can make arrangements, a small group of friends, to go somewhere where they have internet connectivity. But as you have said, some really do not have the resources to do so. Many of them will be boarding on hall, and now they have to be at home. Transportation costs is a significant challenge to them. What we're doing here, it all depends on how you treat it. You could decide to give smaller grants to help with the data plans, whatever way you see fit, to help as many as you can. And I will try to, as much as possible, mobilize corporate to step in on behalf of universities. The problem is significant for university students, but my real fear would be for our secondary and primary school students, who many of them depend on their parents. They can't use their own initiative. So we do have a challenge with this new modality of delivering education. As I've said in our presentation I made last week, we may have to find ways of returning to in-person, in-class education. It may not be wholesale, but we have to see us to consider that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Francis.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.